Welcome, everyone. My name is Patrick Kiddo. I'm the host of the POA Weekly Webcast. Joining me today is Mehrdad Hariri from RxConnection. Mehrdad, you have been a great supporter of POA over the years, and a pleasure to have you and talk with you today about um, community pharmacy and how you can help them with the pharmacy business, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick. It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys and talk to our colleagues and pharmacy owners about what we do at RX Connection. Today's going to be a good one. We're talking about the latest central fill process that gives every community pharmacy instant access to over 300 compounded formulation for both human and pets, you know?
This is definitely a game changer for pharmacies
Yeah,
that
sure
don't
is.
necessarily want to get into compounding themselves. So I think what you've put together is amazing. So why don't you give us an idea, an overview of the program?
Sure. I mean, you said it exactly. What you said is that we're going to break down the problems pharmacies face every day if they want to get into compounding and how this new model actually solves the problem and why adding also a central fill in, which includes pet medications, can truly make a big difference in the way you run your pharmacy, profitability, and of course, revenue is what we're all after, and cash revenue.
All right, Mehrdad, let's start within the big picture. Why is compounding such a challenge for most community pharmacies today?
Well, as you know, I owned a couple of compounding pharmacies in my career, but the reality is that the in-house compounding is expensive, right? You have to build a lab, you have to comply with all these complex regulations. You need to have specialized equipments, and they're not cheap anymore, especially after COVID. A device, a machine you used to buy for $1,200. Now it's, $5,000 or $4,000. So it's not really cheap to get into buy these products. And the most important is that the trained staff. Okay, you have to have the right people to do the compounding. You can't be running the business and doing compounding and everything else. So you have to rely on a trained staff to be there, and also quality control. You have to make sure you do it according to the formulation and staying on top of the regulatory. Okay, you know about USP 795, 797, 800. Every one of those regulations puts a little, it kind of hampers you down and makes it harder for you to get into these compounding type of business. And it's the cost, it's the regulatory issues, and it's really hard for some pharmacies to comply to all of that.
Yet our pharmacies do get requests for compounded medications all the time, so the opportunity is there.
Mhm.
But it sounds like the barrier to entry is huge.
Yeah, it is exactly. That's very huge because most pharmacies want to offer these services, but they can't justify the investment. I mean, how can I go and invest $25,000, $30,000, build a separate room, have the positive air, negative air, put all these type of bells and whistles into what I need to do, uh, you know, inspections and so on and so forth, just to say that maybe I'll do 10 prescriptions or 15 prescriptions. How you cannot justify the cost of uh, the investment that you make. Plus, with our central fill, it kind of the process kind of eliminates the barrier. So we have over 300 compounded products, medications, and your pharmacies can offer hundreds of formulation without even doing any compounding themselves. Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're using kind of a central fill model. I love the
that's correct.
idea.
Hmm.
I love the idea. Tell us a little bit more how this works.
So it's essentially a turnkey program, compounding solution. Let me just give you a quick background. Big chains like Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, they all have what's called a central fill. I mean, the pharmacy at the location only fills the certain medication. The rest of it comes from their central fill area of Publix. I go to Publix, I see it all the time. They don't even have 30 amlodipine in stock. That has to come from the central fill. You
Yep.
know, so chains are doing it, but when it comes to pharmacy, this is nothing, this is not a new process. This is not something new. It's always been around. So basically, the pharmacy receives a prescription and they submit it through our secure portal, and it will go through our central fill pharmacy. And we work with the largest 503A compounding pharmacy. And you can actually, I mean, I do believe that they are the Cadillac of compounders. Okay. So it's not some Joe Blow in little town that's doing some compounding. No, they're licensed in all 50 states, and they prepare the medication and they ship it directly back to your pharmacy. All you got to do is hand the bag over to the patients, and he meets all the requirements of labeling, record keeping, and everything else. So it's very easy to implement. So, and all you do is hand the prescription over to the patient, educate the patient, and put the money in your pocket. That's all you got to do.
That sounds wonderful. You mentioned there over 300 or 300 different compounding prescriptions that can be made. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. We have built an extensive list of compounded products. Just to put it in a perspective, it's about 150 human and about 150 animal meds. That's all included. So it's not just human. Think about pet meds. I mean, think about all these big companies like Chewy, Petco, and all these. They have their own pharmacies, and they dispense these medications to the patients. So now you can go to your veterinarian around the corner and say, hey, your doctor, are you looking for compounded product? Metronidazole, this and that. We have it all. Send it all to us. It goes right to the 503A. They fill it, ship it back to your pharmacy, and deliver it or hand it to the patient. They even do like flavoring for dogs and cats and birds and things like that. And so just you can see this opens up a whole new revenue stream for your pharmacy. I mean, it's huge, you know.
It is, because when you mentioned pet owners, I'm a pet owner. I have an older cat, and he's got several medicines he has to take. Unfortunately, he will not take pills, so I have to get them compounded and the flavoring, and that's made all the difference in the world. What used to be a horrible experience trying to get him to take his medicine has become much easier now that we can get it compounded. So I think this is great.
Yeah.
The opportunity is huge for our pharmacies.
And of course, with the human meds and pet medication, pharmacies can now double their compounding footprint without doubling their workload. Somebody else is doing all the heavy lifting for you. All you got to do is just be the, and go between your patients, and it comes to your pharmacy. We're not sending your prescription to anybody else. It's your pharmacy. It's your business.
Excellent. All right, so let's walk our listeners through the workflow. Let's say I'm a pharmacy owner. What does this process look like for me?
Okay, so whether you have our telemedicine program, which now you can incorporate this also into the telemedicine, or whether you have a doctor across the street that, whatever, a human med, sends you the diabetes gel, sends you some kind of a compounded ointment or something that you have on your list. You receive a prescription for a compounded medication, whether it be from a vet or regular doctor, it doesn't matter. And from our telemedicine, and then when you get that prescription, all you got to do is log into your secure telemedicine portal and submit that prescription to the 503A. If it's coming through our telemedicine, the 503A automatically gets the prescription electronically, so you don't have to do anything. But if it's from your local doctor, there's a special form that we'll give you. All you got to do is, just like any other transferred prescription, you transfer the prescription to the other pharmacy using a fax. It just takes a couple of minutes, and it gets faxed over, and then they do everything else. And then they'll ship it back to your pharmacy. They package it, label, and everything else. And that's it. That's all you do.
Oh, that's amazing. So, is there any kind of, when we get into this, is there any kind of marketing support that you have for stores to let people know about the service?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, we didn't just give you the medicine. We didn't give you the telemedicine. We didn't give you the compounding. We also work with you for your marketing needs. So when you sign up for our Central Fill and our Cost Plus, we will supply you with a basic asset, such as flyers or prescription pads or cards. Okay. And you have those basic tools for marketing that you can now go out and market to your doctors or veterinarians and so on and so forth. And, one of the exciting things about this, Patrick, is that we have a cost plus RX program, which, we don't want to get into it too deep, but we have a cost plus program. It's not Mark Cuban cost plus, it's your cost plus, custom to your pharmacy. And with this cost plus program, we all know what a cost plus program does. It's a cost of the drug plus a markup plus a fee. That's your final price, and that's what you give to your patients. Now imagine having a cost plus RX program for your pet medications. Have you ever heard of a cost plus, Mark Cuban's cost plus for pets? No.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, and we've had several pharmacies that walked in the veterinary's office. They said, "Hey, doc, we got to pick what cost plus for dogs, cats?" Yeah, here, log in. And actually, what we do have a portal for the doctors to log in, and you add these compounded products, whatever you want to dispense, whatever you want to provide. And the doctors, whether it be for human or pets, they can look at all these medications. Oh, look, they've got metronidazole suspension. They have this drug. They have amlodipine 1 milligram. They have this pet medication, that pet medication. Or in the case of doctors, look, there's a neuropathy gel. They have semaglutide. They got tirzepatide. They got all these compounded products. By the way, we do provide GLP-1 products to the pharmacies. It's all legal, and they can see what the price. They can see what the price is. Okay, so you put the price in. Let's say it costs you $40. You put your cost at, cost times 20% plus $10, or make it a flat $40, $50. You make the price, and the doctor will see the price. The doctor can even send you a secure message through the portal, because they do have their login to your portal. They can log in and they can ask you a question. How much would it be with the patient's insurance? So again, all of these is just automated. It's a beautiful system. I'm really proud of really providing this cost plus to your pharmacy, that now you can combine it with your compounding, with your telemedicine, and with all the marketing that we give you. There's nothing that you're missing other than the drive to go out and really bring that business into your pharmacy. And we also give you the resources where you can communicate by way of fax or email or text message to your patients and to your doctors. You go through the RX Connection. So you're connected all the way. I mean, you want to send faxes to your doctors, you put in the zip code, you put in what kind of doctor you're looking for, family medicine, internal medicine, whatever. And he says, send the fax. All those doctors will get a fax that whatever you decided. You want your patients to get a text message? Takes literally 10 seconds. You can send all your patients, select patients, a text message saying, come back to us, or let me give you a $5 coupon, and so on and so forth,
I'm just blown away. I mean, you've got 3 programs there that dovetail so perfectly. How hard are they to implement in the pharmacy? Workflow is always a big concern. How hard are these to get implemented?
It's very easy. All you got to do is RX Connection. You sign up and you get an account. So far, it costs you $0. Okay. Then you want to get into Central Fill. We have a GPO account that you can click on a GPO, and we have secured a discounted price for these compounded products on your behalf. Okay. And you basically will receive those compounded products either through our telemedicine that's integrated, or from the doctor when they come in. And you can actually, the price that you see is the price that you pay for those compounded products. Okay. So it's very simple. I mean, literally, if you sign up this morning, I can have your telemedicine and your cost plus up by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the next day you can go out and start marketing. It's that easy.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know you have these programs running in some of the stores now that work with you. Can you give us some kind of success stories or testimonials from some of them?
Sure. We have a pharmacy that's not too far from us in here. And this one partner started from zero compounding. And he didn't know compounding whatsoever. He thought it's prohibited in the state of Florida, So when we showed him this process, I said, go out and talk to your doctors, talk to your vets, And in the last 2 months through the central fill, I mean, they have grown their compounding sale by 20%. I know starting from zero, 20% is not a big deal, but just imagine if in 2 months, they've improved it 20% month over month. If they can follow the same path, 20% every month by the end of the year, they should be at about 100, 120% or 200% growth, right? And it's all cash. It's not like it's some kind of third party. So every dollar, whether you make 30, 40, $50 per prescription, it's right in your pocket. I mean, how many prescriptions can you fill with Blue Cross Blue Shield on whatever plan to make $50? I mean, think about that, Yeah.
Wow. So they're doing all of this and they're not adding any equipment or staff. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, they don't have to expand their space. They don't need to hire extra people. They don't need to have technicians. They don't need to have anything. They could be a one-man band. And I made a joke the other day to one of the pharmacists that was a little older, like me and you, and I said, "Do you remember those Kodak kiosks that used to be in the parking lots at Kmart's or whatever?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Just imagine having one of those Kodak kiosks in every parking lot, and all you got to do is put a pharmacist in there and have this compounded product go to every one of those kiosks, and people just pull up, pick up their medicine, and the guy's not doing anything other than handing the prescription over to the patient, correct?"
Mm.
I mean, how
Yeah.
easy is that? So, but realistically looking at it, I mean, you could go out and get a 600 square foot retail space and just do this and, focus on compounding and especially for animals and meds. I promise you it works.
This is the very intriguing. So I'm listening. Again, let's pretend I'm a pharmacy owner. And I'm interested in this. What are the next steps? How do I get going?
It's simple. Just go to our website, RxConnection.com, schedule a call, and our experts will be on the phone with you and will quickly onboard you and review all your needs, answer all your questions. There's really no hit. We don't have anything hidden. We don't have any long-term commitment. We have an agreement, but you can cancel any time. You got on it this month, you don't want it next month, cancel it. You don't need to be on. There's no long-term commitment, but I promise you, if somebody gets on it and they're generating $5, $6, $10,000 worth of cash business month after month, right? It's hard for somebody to quit that, especially the cost of the central fill, which to our members is zero. Okay. So it doesn't cost you anything. If you're an RX Connection member, that means you have to use one of our other services, whether you use the analytics, the Tabula RX, or the telemedicine program. Typically, people jump on the telemedicine because with telemedicine, you need that because that's all part of the central fill, right?
Right.
You want to have an online presence selling Viagra, Cialis, dual acting PDE5s, whatever that case may be, and there's no charge, and absolutely no charge. And if you have friends or somebody that owns a pharmacy, have them call us. We can work with them to see what their needs are. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So getting started, I think you indicated a little bit ago that it's very quick. So I want to do this compounding program. How long is it going to take me to be up and running?
Well, I mean, truly, I mean, realistically looking at it, like I said, if you sign up on it 9 o'clock in the morning, I can promise you we can have you up and running by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? No problem at all. But typically with pharmacies, because of the customization they want to do on their portal or medications that they have to add on their cost plus or to the central fill and so on. And there's a little bit of a learning curve as well. Okay. Not everybody knows what's going on. Typically, I would say about 2 to 3 days, you master this and you can start taking the order actually the next day after you sign into the central fill, really. And I had a pharmacy just yesterday, they signed up and he called the next day. He goes, "Where do I send the prescription?" I said, "Well, I told you where to go, right?" He goes, "Well, I wasn't sure. I just got the first prescription." And the very next day, he got a compounded prescription from their local physician. I mean, How nice is that, right? I
Really?
mean, right, right.
Great. Well, you mentioned a little bit about cost. There's no cost for the program if you're an RX Connection customer already. But what is
Mhm.
it? What is the cost to have it filled and sent to you? How does that work?
Okay, we have a for every product has a set price. Okay, it varies anywhere from $30. Some of the products are expensive, might be $150, $180. Plus, they charge a $10 for a second day FedEx if they're non-refrigerated items. And if they're refrigerated items, we just add a flat $25 to the cost of the compound. So let's say it costs you $100 for the product. You pay $25 for shipping overnight for refrigerated items. It's in your front door the next day for $125. And these type of products, like for example, like GLPs and things, I mean, you can easily double that price of $100 and put an extra $100 in your pocket by you not even lifting the finger, just handing. It's already labeled for you, and it's already got your pharmacy name on it. It says how to for the patient how to reorder the product. Just hand it over to them. That's it.
Mhm.
Call them up, say, "Hey, come pick it up. Thank you for the $100 bill." That's all.
Wow. Well, Mehrdad, the central fill model really levels the playing field for independent pharmacies, it seems.
Yeah. Well, that's the goal. I mean, the goal is, I've been a pharmacist for over 40 years, and I have a deep passion for my profession, and I feel bad. I was talking to one of our members a couple of weeks ago, and he says, I'm shutting my doors the end of July, or I'm sorry, August. And I'm like, oh, sorry to see you go, because I'm not making any money. I'm not. And I told him, why don't you do this? But it's a little bit too much too late. He's already made a decision to shut it down, and he's going to go work someplace else. So, but again, what I'm urging my colleagues is that don't just take this program lightly. It is not your grandfather's Chevrolet. This is the 21st century technology that we have combined for you, and it's all given to you guys for you to go out and make money. And with a little bit of marketing, and we are a complete marketing agency. We create websites, we do SEOs, we do all the print and digital marketing, even create videos for you if you want, put on your social medias. We do all of the above. We do press releases. Okay. So if a pharmacy wants to announce that, my pharmacy does, compounding now for over 300 compounded, we can do a press release for you to all the local TV station, newspapers, and everything else. All it takes is, one phone call from a TV station. You get tens of thousands of dollars of free advertising coming your way. Yeah.
Well, I hear the story which you mentioned so many times now from members that are looking for income streams, and this one seems like to me to be a no-brainer. I mean, it's
Yeah,
something that
I agree.
all pharmacies get asked about compounding all the time. So I love
Yeah.
this. Um, so everybody, there you have it. If you're a pharmacy owner and want to learn more, check out the link in the show notes. Or Mehrdad, tell us, how would they get in contact with you?
Okay, so just go to RX Connection. That's CONNEXION.com. You can schedule a call. You can create your free account and log in. And don't forget about our analytic program that we have. As of right now, is provided to every pharmacy free of charge. And we have some exciting new stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, which we will announce, that will put the analytics on steroids. And that's available to every pharmacy. So if you understand your data, you can make more money off of your data. 100%. I promise.
Mehrdad, thank you. Your company has so many beneficial programs, and I
Thank
know
you.
in podcasts we cannot cover them all, but each week or each month we're going to be doing different ones. So I appreciate your time
Sure.
on that.
No, thank you for having me over, Patrick. I love to be on your future podcast. And again, to schedule a call with us, that's all they got to do, Patrick. Thank you for having me over.
Thank you, and thank you for our listeners for tuning in. I hope that everybody found this educational and informative. Have a great day.